That's the same sound coming from your bedroom when you're at work and I'm up there taking care of your wife. You hear that? Keep messing with me, boy, and I'll let the homies have the rest of it. What's going on out there, American truckers? How are y'all doing today? Hope everybody's staying safe, staying out of trouble, and staying warm. First of all, welcome to Trucking with Old Snapper. I'm Old Snapper, of course. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate all y'all that are returning and support the channel. But if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Anyway, I already did a video on this. I didn't quite put all my opinions in there, and I went and did a little bit of research before I stuck all my opinions out there. I wanted to do that. So let's go ahead and get into this. 18-year-olds driving trucks. Alright, first I'm going to respond a little bit to some of the things I saw, some of the comments I saw from the last video. I saw some people say, well, our company doesn't hire anybody under 21 or under 22. Currently, that may be the case, but that's about to change. In September of 2020 is when the FMCSA released this proposal, and it needed to work out some kinks. They needed to put together a program for it, and they have completed it. It will be rolling out soon. I think the only thing they're working on now is the updated insurance requirements from what I was reading earlier. I'm going to link all this stuff below so y'all can check it out. I made some notes here. Turn that gain up a little bit. The way they're planning on doing this is starting a safe driver apprenticeship program. Basically, they'll take these 18, 19-year-olds, put them with an experienced driver. They'll run for a while with an experienced driver before going on their own. They can complete this program well before their 21st birthday. You know, it's just a regular. From what I saw, just an extended version of the current training program there is now that's in place at most of these companies. There's nearly 30 companies out here at the present time that train new drivers. Y'all know the big ones, you know, Prime, Maverick, Stevens, but there's a total of about 30 different companies out here that train as of right now. They are going to offer some tax incentives to companies that allow these 18-year-olds to come into their company. That right there is pretty much going to guarantee you that companies start hiring them and lower their age requirements. Some of the good and bad. First, my opinion on it. I don't have a problem with it at all. I'm an OTR driver. Not too many 18-year-olds are going to want to do my job, so I'm not that much worried about it. I think the jobs that are going to be most affected are your local and your regional jobs. Guys that are home on the weekends or home every few days. Those jobs are going to be more affected than mine, I believe. I think that's where most of these youngsters are going to want to go. I know some of you may say, well, they've always been allowed to run local. They have. In 49 states, including the District of Columbia, yes, they have. You are correct. But it's been hard for them to get a CDL, okay? They were allowed to, but it's very difficult. Most of the schools, you know, even the ones at home that train, they require you to be 21 in order to go through their program. There's very few schools out there that would train these guys at 18, 19, 20 and put them, you know, and give them a CDL. Now, they're going to have an easier time getting a CDL because high schools are going to be teaching this in their senior classes. You know, so they're going to be able to get a CDL in high school. They're going to step out of high school, walking the stage with a CDL. Oh, damn. Y'all hear my stomach growl? Wow. Anyway, I heard it in my headset. Hopefully it doesn't come out on the video. But anyway, like I was saying, now that it's allowed in high school, you're going to see a flood of it. Arkansas is doing it. California's doing it. Missouri's doing it in high schools. That program's going to catch on. More and more high schools every year are going to do it. I believe within the next couple of years, you're going to see an influx, a flood of younger drivers in the local and regional dedicated sectors of our job. OTR, I just don't see, man, when I was 18 or 19, I wouldn't have wanted to do OTR. I'd have been too busy chasing tail and getting drunk and driving down Main Street on Friday night, I wouldn't want to be 1,000 miles from home in a truck by myself. I might get a few, maybe that come out, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make a difference. I think where it's going to affect us as OTR drivers is what's going to happen is as more of those local, regional, and dedicated jobs get taken up, you're going to see more of the older drivers coming out here to run OTR. That's what I believe is going to happen. And at that case, it might affect us a little bit because what keeps our pay climbing over the last few years is the fact there's a shortage. So that keeps our pay going up. All right. If they close the gap on that shortage, our pay freezes. All right. It will not continue to rise. That's as a company driver, our pay freezes. It'll hurt owner operators too, because part of what keeps those rates going up is the fact that there's a shortage of drivers, truck to load ratios. I'm not going to get into all that right here. That's a video for itself. All right. Truck to load ratios basically though is what sets the price for what a load's going to pay. The more loads there are, the fewer trucks there are, the more that load's worth. That's how you get those $10,000, $12,000, $14,000 loads. All right. More drivers they put out here on the road, the more it closes that gap, and it either slows the rise of the freight rates or even lowers them. That's the problem. Now on the flip side of that, I was looking at some studies, and I'm going to link these down below also in the description. The Insurance Institute for Highway and Safety. Now, this is an insurance deal that publicized this. Insurance companies are already jumping on it. As you know, insurance is a big game. They want to make money. The worse they can make it look, the more they can justify raising their rates, which is going to happen. It's going to happen even on companies that don't hire 18-year-olds, just because of the fact there's going to be 18, 19-year-olds out here. They're going to use these statistics to raise rates all the way across the board, because you may have a wreck with one may cause an accident, and it's going to cost the insurance companies money, so they're going to use this is a money grab basically. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shared a study from University of Michigan saying that bringing under 21-year-olds into the industry would cause a 500% increase in injury crashes. How they're coming up with the fact that it'll cause a 500% increase, I don't know. But the University of Michigan saying that that's what it'll cause, and the insurance companies are already jumping on it like vultures, just like always. You know how that goes. Any reason they can come up with it, right, drivers? All right, let's get a look at this. Now, the program was proposed in September of 2020. All right, this apprenticeship program. They needed time to work out the details. They've finished working out the details. Now they're finishing it up, and this program will be rolling out soon. We could see 18-year-olds out here as soon as the end of this year. Other states are watching these high school programs, from what I read also, and there's other states that are considering putting CDL courses in their high school. Texas, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Illinois, and Indiana were states that are considering implementing CDL schools within their high schools. Whether we like it or not, whether you're for it or against it, at the moment, doesn't really matter. It's coming. It's something that's going to happen, and there's nothing any of us can do about it. So, with that being said, why don't we embrace it? Us guys that have been out here, when these youngsters start coming out here, help them. We all had a first day. You know what I'm saying? We don't try to make life harder on them. Let's try to help them. We paved the way for them. We're not going to be out here forever. You know, what's done is done. You know, that's someone's son, mother, daughter, all that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, don't make it hard on them for no reason, just out of insecurity of our own jobs. You know what I'm saying? Something else I was going to add to that, and the reason that I kind of support it. Number one reason is this will give those inner city kids that grow up in gang-ridden neighborhoods a chance to get out of that cycle. You know what I'm saying? This will give them an opportunity to go make more money than they can make running fast food. And if they're out here driving trucks, they're not at home dealing drugs. They're not at home getting shot at. You know, kids from inside Chicago, St. Louis, Houston, Dallas, you know, some of these areas that can get pretty rough sometimes, you know. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. We should embrace that. Another point to be made is an 18-year-old can sign up for the military. They can go drive a truck in the military. They can go overseas in war driving a truck with a CDL in the military, or however the military license their guys, and could possibly die for protecting our freedom. If an 18-year-old we see as mature enough to protect our freedom overseas, they're mature enough to drive a truck. They're also allowed to vote. If we see an 18-year-old, we say he or she is mature enough to vote, they're mature enough to drive a truck. Now, this next part I'm going to mention, some of y'all are not going to like at all. But I'm going to go ahead and put it out there anyway. All right, I'm going to get prepared for this. I can already see some of y'all about to cuss me out through this thing. But it's all right. I love all y'all anyway. Our job, you listening? Listen real close. Our job's not that hard. This is the easiest job I've ever had in my whole life. When I hear drivers say that this job is difficult, it makes me wonder their level of comprehension. Because this job is not that hard. It really isn't. Is it tiring? Yeah, you're driving out all day long. But think about it. You're sitting in an air conditioning cab. You control that and listening to the radio. Hell, half guys nowadays do it in flip-flops and shorts. You know, it's really not that difficult. Now that I said that, I'll give y'all a minute to cuss me out. Y'all feel better now? Alright, this is something I wasn't going to speak on, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the end of this video. And we'll see how it goes. Apparently I got a little troll out there. I guess he wants some attention, so I'm going to go ahead and give him some attention. He claims to have been a guard in a jail I was in at one time or another. Who knows? I don't know. Don't care. I haven't been to jail. I think the last time I was arrested was July of 2004. I think 2004 or 2005. And that was in Bexar County, San Antonio, Texas. It's the very last time I was ever arrested. But back in the 90s, I was arrested quite a bit. You know, thankfully it was before cell phones and before records were held like they're held now. Most of our records back then were on paper, not in computers. But, you know, it was years ago. More than 20 years ago. You know, was the last time I was in any kind of serious trouble at all, ever. But since this guy wants a little bit of attention, I'm going to give him a little bit of attention. And if there's any females watching, I encourage you to close this video out now, because it might get a little bit disrespectful. But I'm just gonna say it how it is, say how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna put it out there like that. All the subscribers that are still watching, I want y'all to play along here, and let's clap for the gentleman that's trolling my account. You know, give him a little bit of applause, and show him a little bit of recognition. Give him the attention his insecure heart needs. All right. Did y'all play along? Good. Now, for you out there, did you hear that clap? You know, this I'm speaking directly to the troll here. Did you hear that clap? Did you like that sound? You hear that? Yeah, I know why you don't like me. And I really don't care. You know, that's the same sound coming from your bedroom when you're at work and I'm up there taking care of your wife. You hear that? Keep messing with me, boy, and I'll let the homies have the rest of it. Alright, now that's the end of that. Back to normal. Back to being snapper. But anyway, I'm going to link this stuff down below. Y'all get a chance, y'all go check it out. If y'all see my troll, man, tell him what's up. Tell him how's it going. Show him a little bit of love. Give him some attention. You know, he's just a little insecure. Doesn't have much of a life, I guess. Who knows? I don't really care. That's the last bit of attention he'll get from me. He or she, whoever it is. Maybe he can go hop on Brittany's channel and give her a little bit of attention. Or him. However you want to work that. But, Brittany likes attention. Go send it that way. Leave a snapper alone. Anyway, y'all take care. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. Remember, as drivers, we're all family. And let's keep trucking.